Hamlet's mirror. Oh, I got to put it right in front of me because of this chroma key kind of thing. And a chroma key now. Chroma key is a show business. Look at this one. I have like a happy face over here somewhere.
Yeah.
And then a heart. That's really, that's not chroma key. Well, wait, I say chroma key. Who knows what chroma key? Chroma key is something to do with acting. You know, they put somebody in front of something and then they put something behind something. Now, you guys know about, now listen, reaching your performance potential on stage and off stage. So we have two wonderful women here in front of us who know about entertainment and about making that a nice career for yourself and not freaking out in the process. Just getting out and sharing your love for what you love to do, no matter who says anything. Well, you tell me. So I have Dianne and I have Elma. And so why'd you write this book?
Elma.
Well, I wrote this book because I've been treating actors and dancers, musicians, vocal artists for almost 4 decades. And they've taught me a lot. And I thought, why not share what they've taught me? And I really believe what Hamlet mumbled to himself on stage. It is our artists, after all, who hold the mirror up to life and reflect us all.
I'm with you. I got my 50 years in, and I probably need your help. And so
You have the book now.
And I have the book. I can read. I can read.
I'm glad.
Need to get some help. But I like to talk to people too. That's a real asset. So tell us about the book and tell us some of the good thoughts that you've learned over the years to share with budding. Is that the good word? Budding actors and actresses. I don't know. I don't think you have to say actresses. I think you can just say actors.
Yeah. And musicians and dancers and singers, the gamut of the performing artist world.
And beyond. And beyond.
You mean like the Martians, or you mean
sure. Everyone performs.
They're working, yeah, they got a gig. Everybody's working, doing their thing. So what are some of the things that you learned from, say, somebody that just is started, just got out of high school? I don't even know. Maybe you deal with people in high school. They're doing entertainment there.
Well, I don't work with them, but this works for them. What I basically learned is what prevents performers from reaching all that they can be and what empowers them. And I put that in the book. In various forms. I talk about it, write about it. I put it in exercises that they can reflect upon and scale, actually, answer their own reflections. And I put it in what is called tableaus, composites of patients from, oh my God, I don't know how many years, kind of pushed together. And I put it in 4 personality profiles that I discovered during my work.
My husband, the wind beneath my wings.
Pardon me?
My husband, the wind beneath my wings. A gentleman named Howard.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. And then there's a Norman Pearlstein, my muse, since he was 10 and I was 13.
Yep.
It was that guy with the Time magazine. Is that the guy?
Yep.
Oi geval. All right, so that's a Yiddish term for oi geval. All right, so well, what do you think of that? How about that? Well, this guy, he knows media. This is a master of media. This is a mocker of media. It's not a Jewish show, but I like those names. That just seem to be easier for us to speak out loud. So give us an example. All right, let's go to let's help educate somebody. I mean, I know they need to get the book, and that would be very important by far, especially, you know, that we want to share the book with everybody. But give us a couple examples of things that stage fright. Let's talk about stage fright.
Stage fright is really not a fear of the stage, but associating the stage with, or something that the stage might trigger, that's an unresolved conflict. And once you discover the unresolved conflict, you go on, have a good time. For example, if you're a musician and you're a horn player, and this one passage in a Wagnerian piece, echoes the death of an uncle who you loved. And every time you got to that passage, you just couldn't play the passage.
Yeah.
Now, that really has nothing to do with the difficulty of the passage. That has to do with the memory of the sadness of the unmet grief. You haven't worked through your grief of the uncle. So once you figure that out, you play away.
Okay, that's a good thing. And I'm playing Carnegie Hall on Valentine's Day. So on the saxophone. And
Really?
the first,
Really?
Yeah. And it's my first time there, but I'm not the show. I'm part of a show that will be there from a theater, a group that I've been involved with, New York New Works. And at the end of the show, people stand up and it's sort of hallelujah, and they're actually all part of the show. You know, it's that kind of shtick. And so, but at the end, I'm going to play at the back at the end, like Dizzy Gillespie. I'm going to play the saxophone, probably facing the wall to go along with this little bit of music. But I tell you, I'm playing 60 plus years, but I get a little nervousness here because they have something and then they switch the keys, and I don't know. So how can I? What do you know? I get afraid. You might not think this, but I do get afraid, like talking in front of people. And I didn't do the Toastmasters. I don't know if you think that's good or not good. And then I heard I should think of people are all naked in the stage out there. Are you looking at what do you do? What are some, you know, you've talked to a lot of people. What are things that they can do?
Well, I know some people say just think of your audience as naked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Or smile before you go on. Those things can work, but is this your first time playing Carnegie?
Yes.
Okay. Any associations to Carnegie?
Well, one is that because my friend Sid Bernstein brought the Beatles to Carnegie, and I'm a Beatles guy, got a master's degree in the Beatles. You know, I know it's, you know, the practice. Oh, I know. Well, you're good. So I don't practice. I play the piano. I play concerts. I don't practice at all. I just can play. You know, I'm like a guy who can play. You tell me a song, I probably can play it within 10 minutes. But this is like more serious.
Yes. So what are you thinking about yourself?
I don't want to mess it up because there's a lot of nice people that are in this show, and I don't want to be some guy in the back with playing some funky horn sax sound and ruining their beautiful show.
And if it weren't in Carnegie Hall, what would you be thinking?
Probably the same thing. I'll be honest with you. Yes,
Okay.
it's not Carnegie Hall.
What else could you be thinking?
What else could I be thinking? That I'm going to have a happy time for a happy show with nice people, and I'm going to give them some pleasantry with this playing the sax, because many people say I can really play the sax, and I can really play the sax. And so and I can play. In fact, that I feel comfortable with a saxophone in front of me as opposed to me in front of myself, getting out there and talking. I feel like I have a prop. What am I doing?
Okay, in the book,
Okay.
in the
Is there a
book,
page I should be reading? Yeah.
there are 5 choices in your life.
Well, I saw that. Yeah.
One's to, I'm going to remain a victim. I'm going to think, oh, I'm going to mess this up. It's Carnegie Hall. These people are going to think, oh my God, that horn player in the back, that sax player. The other is to change your thought. Except read the choices. I don't want to take your time up now. And
No, I
go-
like the time. Do this. This is good. This is helpful for people.
Okay,
They're not going
Go-
to remember them. They're going to, what's in them? They're going to need your book to get to
go
it.
through all the choices.
Oh, there's lots of choices. Okay.
You
Five choices.
you always
Yeah,
have
5.
5.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, remain a victim. Accept the situation. Have a lot of positive energy into it. Walk away from the situation. Leave the situation. Be the situation you want to be in your life. Or
Does that go with confidence? Is that what you mean by that? If I mean, so be in my life. I want to play now. I mean, I'm very shy, but I really want to do a good job because I'm starting to enjoy playing. I'm doing these piano thing, so I want to, I want to do it.
yes, choose one of the 5 choices. You are always in charge of the choices in your life, even when you choose not to be. That is a choice.
Right.
Oh, that's sort of like a mirror thing.
Hmm.
That's sort of Hamlet's mirror. I mean, I'm looking at me, right? I'm sort of like the man in the mirror.
Yeah. The man in the mirror. That is beautiful,
Yeah.
Paul.
Michael Jackson said it better than I. So, Diane, what are you here? Why are you, what's going on? What are you're like here? What are you doing?
no. This is, I've had the honor of working with Elma for the past few years. We met a decade ago and we became fast friends and colleagues. And when Elma was ready to put all of her life work onto paper, she invited me to collaborate with her, and we've had a blast bringing this to life.
I could not have done this without Diane.
Well,
So are you a writer? Is that you?
I'm a writer. Elma is also a writer. I can't take credit for all of it. I mean, they're Elma's concepts. It's Elma's life work. But I guess we did a lot of organizing and how to ensure that everything flows and makes sense.
She keeps me on the straight and narrow.
Yep. So, yeah.
Oh, mio mio. It's the culture of the performing artist. That's in section 1. Section 2 is performer personality profiles. That's section 2. Section 3 is the potential realized performer. Wow. Wow. Performance energy, thoughts, feelings, 8 performance characteristics, 8 divine diva. Yeah, that's what I am. No, diva behavior.
Yep.
What's a diva behavior? Give me 1 or 2. What is that? Like
Listening.
oh, listening? That's a diva behavior? I thought that's not a diva behavior.
Well, a divine diva. Diva often has a negative connotation, but a divine diva is someone who has grasped and who lives all of these wonderful concepts that Elma shares and is fully realized. Yeah.
Thank you for the divine now at that part, as I guess I was focused just on the diva part. But when I started at, I'll just say, I don't know, I'm getting so involved with this because I like what you do and it's important. And I've been in this business. So so I became a producer of the love of life, soap opera. Okay. I
Yeah.
was associate producer. I was with CBS a long time. I made a lot of shows. All right. I made 150 network shows. So I worked on, with the team, a big show. So I get the job at, I was in California. So they thought here in New York, I was a big deal because I did All in the Family, so Cher, Cabernet. I got to do television, Hollywood style. So I came back, I did Captain Kangaroo, and then they had an opening on Love of Life. All right. So I said, and you probably know all the people that have been on them, they probably come and talk to you. After they work with me, they definitely came to see you. So I needed to come to see you because Larry Auerbach, I don't know if you know the name, Larry Auerbach, this is the man. First, I see John Rich. John Rich is the director of all Norman Lear shows. Right. Hit the mark. Don't talk. Just do what you got to do and get the job done. Because television is like a sick man's media. It's like 1, 2, 3. You get it done. It's nothing like the film. Well, we'll take it again. We'll edit it in the next 6 years. Television is a media.
Yeah.
Right. And you have to understand this principle because they charge a lot of money for editing and nobody wants to edit. And in the old days, it was live and you had to get the job done, which meant that you had to know your lines. And I remember Larry going like this, Larry Auerbach, who was the first director for soap operas. Okay. Search for Tomorrow was the first by 3 weeks, then Love of Life. Okay. And Larry, I remember him going like this. He might have even pulled your ear and said because he was such a strong personality. You have to become a good listener. Listening is the secret to the soap opera. Because if the person starts to talk about, because they forgot their lines about Uncle Joe, and it should have been Uncle Harry, you better swing and discuss Uncle Joe, because this is going to really go down fast. So listening, I learned that early on in the work. And I think that the real pros, you'll tell me if what I'm saying, this is my observation. The real, like he had John Aniston on our show, Jennifer's dad. Her mother was on As the World Turns. The real pros are real pros. Mm. They listen, they take direction, and they do the job. And I think that every time you see Owen Wilson and you see all these people, they must be good. They're not out there to redirect and redesign the show. They take the direct. They trust their. What do you think? I'll stop about my bad experience, but I love what we're talking about because I've been doing this so long.
They may not trust the director, but they follow the director.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
But the soap opera world is so fascinating. I would love to talk to you by the hour. I mean, it's dwindling, it's dying in its original form. But it's now bigger than life.
Soap operas are not a soap opera, but a that kind of a family-minded show.
Yeah.
The Kardashians, you mean?
No, I just mean some of the series are kind of soapy.
Yeah.
Soapy. Oh, okay. Oh, The Bachelor. How about The Bachelor?
My granddaughter loves The Bachelor.
So does my
Oh, what has happened to television and the media and all these kinds of things? Let me ask that question, then we'll make this the first of another conversation, okay? Let's get back to the book. So if somebody said, who do you recommend this to?
Well, I wrote it for and about performers. And the performers I worked with for almost 4 decades. But somewhere along the line, I realized it could be about anybody. Because when we talked about it to people, they say, well, why can't that be me?
Yeah.
So it can. But I it's absolutely written for and about performers.
But the concepts are applicable to
Yeah.
everybody because we all perform every day, right? Teachers perform. You know, the work that you do, you're performing. Parents are performing, lawyers, doctors. You know, I had a yoga teacher tell me the other day that she, after reading the book, she said, honestly, I'm learning things about myself it never occurred to me. And, you know, and I'm hearing similar comments from many non-traditional performers. So, yeah.
I would agree with that and
Yeah.
entirely, because a salesperson is a performer. If they're
Totally.
not a performer, I'll tell you right now, they're not making any sales.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. A waiter at a
Okay.
restaurant, a waitress.
everybody's a performer. Every
Yeah.
interaction, this is, this is study of communications.
Yeah.
It's I think that Shakespeare guy might have said he called it a soliloquy. It's a
Mhm.
soliloquy if you're not dealing with anybody. You is your own show. But if you want to deal with somebody else, you want to deal with somebody else. Whether you want to do it or not, you in essence, whether you're not like really. I guess the word performing is it's maybe / communicating with
Mm.
others.
Or
That's-
doing.
Or doing.
Or
Are
doing.
doing okay. Yeah,
It could be both.
Yeah.
You might get the mindset of a performer, okay, but it's in essence to understand that we're all performing, and the mommy and the daddy, they're performing.
All the world's a stage, right?
You got it.
Yeah.
All right. What's peace for each one of you? Let me last question right now. For what makes you peaceful? What's peace? We're into peace, world peace, inner peace. Any kind of peace you want to talk about. What's peace for you? Elma, what's peace for you?
Peace for me is knowing that I've done in whatever I'm doing the best that I can do.
Mm.
And yeah, I think that is.
Yeah. I like that. I would echo that and say at the end of the day, if I feel like I did what I set out to do, or I feel like I did my best. And in addition to that, when I know that my family is safe and well, that is also peace, right? A sense of peace.
Well, yes, but you can't always know that.
You can't always know that for sure, but
that's the whipped cream. I think we have to trust ourselves and then go outward. You started off saying the world ain't too pretty now. And if we rely on the world to be pretty, it's not going to feel too good. We have to know that we've contributed in a way that we want to, we need to, we've contributed, and feel okay about it. I think.
You've helped many people, I can tell, because you're in all serious now. And I fool around a lot, but in seriousness, you're a smart person of the understanding from my perspective. I'm saying from humanity and our existence, and not in a silly, foolish way, but in a sincere, empathetic, compassionate way.
Thank you.
I thank you both. Dianne,
thank you, Paul.
all
Thank you.
good. Nice speaking. Oh, last thing, do you have a website? How do people get this book?
ElmaLinzCanefield.com, and I see our names are reversed on the little picture, but Amazon, Barnes and Noble, HAMLET'S Mirror, Elma Linz Canefield. It's available Kindle and paperback.
You
And
have a
please,
website also?
ElmaLinzCanefield.com. There's Hamlet's Mirror. There's a Hamlet's Mirror page. And please buy the book, review the book, love the book, and reach your potential, right?
How do we communicate more with you?
Well, I know, yeah, well, yeah.
She's got my number.
We got your number, Paul. Do we ever?
And I want you to have a great time at Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to. Thank
Stay
you
in
very
the
much.
moment. And practice, practice, practice.
I don't wanna- Oh, yeah. Okay. I will. Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you.